Now then, Hollywood actress Carey Mulligan's career has spanned over 2 decades, which is amazing because she's still only in her 30s.
She's only 12.
Well, it's only a little girl still, almost still in school. And this year, she received her 3rd Oscar nomination for her performance in Bradley Cooper's Maestro. And, you know, she's very interesting about this. She says, being nominated for an Oscar is brilliant. As I say, it's her 3rd one. And we should never believe an actor or an actress, however you want to call them, who say, oh, no, it's nothing to do with the nominations. It's all about the work. She says that's cobblers.
Well,
it's brilliant.
Let's see, because she's here, I think. Let's chat to her. Is that true? Are you always happy to be delighted by a nomination?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not, you know, to be clear, it's not why you sign up to something, but it's just undeniably an amazing honour to be recognised. So, yes, I stand by that. It does matter. I
think you're absolutely right. Listen, we must, before we move on to the business in hand, we really want to hear about your romance with your husband. And well, it wasn't romantic to begin with, but...
That sounds slightly intrusive.
Well, no.
But it's so romantic.
I mean the fact that you first encountered each other as pen pals. So to take us through the story, how did that develop?
Well, we ended up going to the same summer camp when we were kids. So we became pen pals. Well, yeah, we weren't assigned each other as pen pals, but we went to the same camp, and that's how we kept in touch, because we didn't have phones. We used to fax a bit when fax machines were cool. So yeah, that was where the pen pal thing started.
So what was the gap
that's
between...
something that people probably don't do as much now. I mean, I can't get my kids to do that. It's hard enough to get them to thank Granny for a present by writing it down, you know. But it's something that's quite sweet and special, isn't it?
No, let's bring it back. I think we should get kids assign children pen pals again. It's a good thing.
I agree. So we'll leave this in a second, but what was the gap then between being pen pals and then re-hooking up and getting married? Was it a long sort of interregnum?
About 10 years where we lost touch, and then we reconnected. Yeah. And
you say it was obvious it was in the stars.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's, you know, when you know someone forever, oh, look at us. That was because my shoes were so unbelievably painful I couldn't walk. So I said, this is it, I'm done now. You just need to carry me out of here. And he did, and then he put me down. This looks so gallant, and then he put me down, and he was like...
Oh, it's a lovely image,
That's such
Carey.
a typical thing, isn't it? Why do we do that to ourselves, brides? We pick a uber glamorous shoe that is absolute agony. Need some kind of sparkly trainer, really, shouldn't we, if we were going to do it all over again? Look, you are obviously so many brilliant parts, but Saltburn is the one you've picked to raise money for an amazing charity that you're very passionate about.
Yeah. So this is so War Child is a charity that I've been an ambassador for 10 years now. And they just do the most incredible work protecting and educating and providing psychosocial support for children in conflict zones. And obviously now, you know, more than ever, they need support. And so over the last couple of months, and War Child has done an incredible job, but we've collected about 70 items from various artists, writers, directors, actors, musicians, and they've all donated things for our spring clean. So it's the War Child Spring Clean, and we're all, and everyone sort of signed things. And I and Emerald Fennell and the entire cast of Saltburn have signed this.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Everyone's written lovely, what have they written? All sorts of... Well, I won't read them out, actually, most of them aren't. But,
is it a bit Saltburn, the messages in there?
You can imagine. You can imagine. But also, I got Mark Ruffalo at the Oscars. He agreed to sign a Hulk action figure.
Oh, wow.
So that's in there, which is pretty cool. And Margot as well. Oh, the Oscars were quite helpful for this. So Margot Robbie has signed a Barbie poster. And we've got an Ed Sheeran guitar. Emma Freud and Richard Curtis, who are good friends of mine, who have been an incredible support to War Child over the years, have signed a Love Actually original script that has unreleased scenes in it. So there's just...
Oh, these are terrific lots. I'm sure they'll raise a lot of money. Listen,
and the other thing that happened at the Oscars is you indulged in a Jaffa cake, thanks to our Ross King. What was that about? Are they your favourites?
I did. Well, so we were really late. So by the time we got there, everyone had gone, and we were running in, and everyone was saying to us, "You've got to get in. You're about to miss the monologue." There we are. And then they said, "Snack." They said, "Jaffa cake or a biscuit?" And I was like, "Obviously a Jaffa cake."
Obviously.
So I took a Jaffa cake, but the best part was my friend writer was with us, and he was sort of helping me with the bottom of my dress and whatever. And as Marcus and I were walking in, this photographer starts taking photos of us, but I've got a Jaffa cake in my mouth. And so my friend, trying to protect me, sort of runs in front of me and grabs the Jaffa cake out of my mouth. It was just a real perfect moment of friendship.
There's something brilliantly British about all of that as well, isn't there?
Yes, you wouldn't get... You're absolutely right. It would have to be an English actress doing that. Listen, I have to tell you, I've been known to devour an entire packet of Jaffa cakes in one sitting. I mean, they are so Moorish. But I just want to come back to Saltburn very quickly. I'm always fascinated by films like that, which become an unexpected and unlooked-for huge success. When you were filming Saltburn, which is brilliant, by the way, when you were filming it, did you have an inkling that this was going to be something special?
I know that anything that Emerald Fennell does is special. You know, we had the most incredible time working on Promising Young Woman together, and you know, the second she sent me Saltburn early on, and she actually asked me to play a different. She said, "Come and do a cameo," and she offered me a tiny little cameo, and I read it, and I just said, I really want to play poor dear Pamela. I just can't imagine playing anyone else. So I know that everything she does is just brilliant, and she just has such a unique vision. So I was excited.
Very briefly, this is an unusual conversation because you don't give interviews very much, do you? I mean, you're giving an interview to us today in a good cause, but you're a very private person, aren't you? You don't really put yourself, the real Carey, out there, do you?
Well, I think, you know, it makes my job easier to not have lots of information out there, because I can, you know, people buy my characters easier. But I also, you know, War Child is a charity that means so much to me. I think, you know, there's incredible organisations that provide food, water and aid and all these things that are absolutely vital for children. But War Child's, you know, specialism is trauma counselling and helping children recover from things that they should just never have to experience. And they believe that no child has any place in war. No child has ever started a war, but they are often the worst affected. And so any opportunity to speak about the work, and you know, I feel privileged to have been and seen the work that they've done over the last 10 years, and most recently in the Ukraine, where they are, you know, turning bomb shelters into nurseries. You know, the kind of work that they're doing is just extraordinary. So
It's a great line, Carey. No child ever starts a war. That's a very interesting line to finish the interview on. It's lovely to talk to you.
Lovely to talk to you. Thank you for letting us enjoy your romantic pen pals and Jaffa cakes, love. Brilliant to chat to you, and such a great cause.
Lovely to
Thank
talk
you,
to you.
Carey.
Have a good day.
Take care.